Okay, so this video is going to extend what we did in our last video with the triangle, and we're going to talk about changing some of these things, right? So let's go back to our triangle example that we had before. Before we created these two constructors, right? We had the default and we had the one that had the three parameters. We had three fields, right? We had side A, side B, and side C were our fields here, private variables that can only be accessed within the class. And then we had this one method to print the triangle, right? Print the triangle information, very nice. So here we're going to play around with some other information. We're going to create what are called modifier methods and accessor methods. All right, so our modifier methods allow us to get the information that we're dealing with. So let's say we are trying to use this triangle information and trying to create something else with it, right? Then we need to access the information somehow. So let's first start with our modifier methods. Right, our modifier methods are going to help, you can guess it, modify the information. Sometimes you also call these the setter methods, sometimes if you're using looser terminology, right? So the modifier methods are the setters, setter methods, anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this information to change my information. So we're going to create the method as we did with other ones, right? These are just setting information, and generally we only will create one per variable. You could create more that are different, right? But you generally will only create one per variable. So I'm going to call this change A, right? So this is going to be changing A, and incoming is going to be a parameter. We're going to call this A. We can use that because we used it as what we would call a local variable up above, where it was only available to this particular method up here. Right now, I'm going to create another one down here. So we're going to create this method. All right, there we go. And I'm going to say, okay, change A is intended to take side A and set that equal to this new variable A. All right, so now I have this modifier method. The only purpose of this method is to, you can guess it, change the value of A, right? To change what's stored within that object. And now I can go and I can create one for each of these other ones, right? So I'm going to do that same thing, change B, and I'm going to do int B. And we're going to do the same thing here, side B, that's going to equal B. And public void change C, that's going to be int C. And we'll do side C, that's equal to C. Okay, good. So I have three modifier methods that helps me to change any of the information that is within this triangle object when we do it. Right? We can create accessor ones as well. We're going to actually save that and do that into our next video. So let's test this out. Let's see if we've changed everything. Right? So I'm going to go ahead and compile, make sure I haven't made any mistakes. Right? Very common. And I'm going to go back to my triangle runner. Okay, so we've added three new methods. So I'm going to get rid of this other one that we had, and let's just deal with this first try that we created before, right? So first try was creating this object first. We had this object first try that was the triangle type, and we used that default constructor. So now, then we also printed the triangle. So I'm still going to want to do that, and we should expect to see that it prints 0, 0, 0. All right, well then I'm going to give myself a blank line just so that it looks a little nicer when we see it on the screen. Now what I want to do is I want to run those other methods. So first try dot change A. And I'm going to change A this time to, I don't know, we won't even bother checking to see if this makes a valid triangle. Well, actually, you know what? Let's just do a Pythagorean triple, but doubled of 3, 4, 5. So we'll do 6. So I'm going to change A to 6, right? So I'm sending 6 as the parameter there. I'm going to do first try dot change B, and that's going to be then if we double 4, that's going to give us 8. And let's do first try dot change C, and that's going to be 10, right? So we had a 6, 8, 10. That's our new triangle. So that's what we would expect to see. But note that we haven't printed that triangle yet, so I have to actually do that. So let's call that same method we did before again. So first try dot print triangle. And now what we should expect when we run this, right, is that we're going to see it say at first 0, 0, 0, but then we've changed the values of these, right, by calling these methods change A, change B, and change C, the modifier methods, and then we're printing the triangle again. So let's compile it up, and I I spelled something wrong. Maybe you caught that as I was typing. First try, compile. Very good. So I'm going to go back to Triangle Runner, and I'm going to run this thing and see if we'd get what we expected. Good. So 0, 0, 0, and then we change it to 6, 8, and 10. So that's the basics of using a modifier method, right? Using modifier methods to get that information for us. Okay. Next video, we're going to talk a little bit about accessor methods.